Welcome, welcome to day 7 of the Disco Elysium stream. And today I will try to find the murder weapon, also Ruby, and maybe find some technical experience to contact the coalition. So let's go. I talked to this
Oh, it's you again. Are you
dice
looking for a
maker. She
die?
actually gave me the die I ordered. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. I don't know. Maybe some cool one. I don't know. Have no idea what to do with this. I paid 7 real for this and it's worth only 70 cents. So yeah, let's go. Nothing special here. So just leave the building for now and let's look from there. Oh, maybe I can try to pick it up today. Maybe I will be lucky enough.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for it.
I can't. Okay. Okay.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime Goodness, you were all...
She smiled.
Okay. Nothing special to do there, so let's just check out where we can find the weapon. Or Ruby. Or some technical experience. And therefore, actually, I would suggest we just go back to the Suna and ask her if she could help us to build or to contact the coalition, because I think it's the closest one we can get today. So we have this fast travel. Let's go. She's in the church. They are living together now, our ravers and Suna.
Yes, what is it?
So, what about 2mm hole again? How that project is finished? Can you help me with... Oh yeah, this is what I want to.
You're asking me to circuit bend onto a coalition radio frequencies. You want to know, is it possible? Probably. But is it a good idea? I'm not so sure.
It is
The main difficulty will be finding an antenna powerful enough to reach those frequencies. Unfortunately, you can't exactly buy mega long wave antennas off the shelf.
Okay.
She's not joking. Even the RCM has to receive special approval from the coalition to access that kind of equipment.
Yes, there's a radio relay tower at land end. Could that work?
I highly doubt it. That tower is barely able to transmit shortwave signals across the bay. To generate megalow frequencies, we're going to need a much larger antenna.
Okay.
She has an idea, though. You can see the tiny signal lights firing inside her brain.
I don't see any alternative. We're just going to have to build the antenna ourselves.
Why not? That sounds not hard. Why don't we just use array 1?
Because it's a completely different class of antenna.
Okay.
It would be like using a high-end racing carriage where a long-distance lorry is required.
Okay.
We need metal, a lot of it. The taller the structure, the better. Something that is both prominent and easily accessible. If it's near a power source, even better.
Okay, let's do this.
Close your eyes. Unfold your mental map of Martinez. It's morning. You're standing on the plaza before the whirling in rags.
Turn the face to the bay.
Your eye follows the tiles west. You see a bench and a few twisted, pitiful trees. Then, just water.
Face the apartments.
Beyond the unkempt backyard rises a monstrous assemblage of concrete, plaster, and corrugated sheet metal.
And roundabout.
You turn around. The morning sun is blinding.
Yes.
You bring your hand to your brow, and a great shadow materializes before you. A towering beast, frozen in mid-air.
The statue of Philip III will be the one. It made basically out of steel, so it's actually a great antenna. Probably.
The dead king and his horse.
Yes.
It could work. We'll need an adequate power supply and a great quantity of cable. If we connect the cables to some of the stranded lorries, we could theoretically increase the antenna's wavelength exponentially.
So power supply, great quantity of cable, and the lorries. Okay, we have keys for the lorries, for example. I assume this one lorry, which is just where you can just look inside and see nothing, probably be one of these lorries which can be used. And yeah, okay.
Whatever ambivalence she had about your project before, she's now fully engaged in solving this technical puzzle.
Yeah, let her think.
It's completely ridiculous, but I believe we could transform the entire roundabout into one solid fractal antenna.
Let's do it.
A note of awe in her voice. She's shocked and pleased by her own audacity.
About time, those others antenna were that's a very big antenna.
Yes, very likely the largest private antenna in Revachol.
Sounds like a
I
plan.
have plenty of cables and amplifiers on hand. The power supply I will secure on my own.
So,
All we require now is the radio transceiver itself.
we're supposed to find the radio transceiver.
I cannot answer that for you, but I don't expect it to be that difficult. There's no shortage of radios around here.
Okay.
If you have real to spare, you might even be able to buy one. But it doesn't really matter where it comes from, so long as it works.
Okay.
And before you ask, no, you can't have the radio from Machinima.
Oh. Do radio computers have transceivers in them?
Certainly, though it requires a fair amount of technical finesse to remove them. Frankly, it's not worth the bother. Just
Okay.
find a regular radio.
I think I saw a radio in the office near the harbor. Okay.
That sounds like a perfectly adequate radio.
Okay. Office near the harbor. Let's go.
In the meantime, I will gather the rest of the materials. We will meet back here when you have it.
Sounds good. So, harbor. Where the hell is harbor? Okay, let me open the map. Harbor. So, somewhere here, I would say. Okay, let's go there. I mean, since the Joyce. Oh, there. I have a thought. The book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Okay. Oh, there's a thought again. Ah, look at this! I can collect bottles. I wasn't aware of it. Nice touch. I look like a bump, a detective bump, but I can collect bottles. This is nice. I can do some money with it. Oh, look, I can collect everything that floats. Come on. Nice. Making some money. Well, this Joyce, she moved away and went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there. Okay, it's fine. Go away. And but this is a harbor. I mean, and There's an office. Where is an office? Balcony? Ah, look, maybe here. Oh, a book. 16 Days of Coldest April. Okay, we will read it later. Or maybe we'll read it now. The cover features a row of concrete building with a monochrome rainbow in the sky. It tells rather crushing story about two lovers during the period of ethnic unrest in Yugograd. The book has been filled under psychological realism. Okay.
In your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekaterina Dahl. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments above which span a black and white rainbow.
Sounds good.
Indeed, the book is
Feel
unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead.
Maybe there is a weapon inside. Like, you know, like the covers hide sometimes weapons in books. How long is this book anyway?
You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long.
So no weapon.
Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it, you weren't really reading.
Start reading? Well, let's start
In cold,
reading.
detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. The Yugograd riots took place from 27 to 29.
Oh, come on.
Fueled as ethnic tensions run wild, it would physically hurt you to keep reading.
Yes.
Are you sure?
No, I don't want to. Sorry, guys. I don't want to read this. It's boring.
You've made the right life choices today, sir.
Look at the...
In cold,
Oh,
you
fuck.
as ethnic,
Sorry.
it would physically... You've made
look at the
the
back cover.
is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author. She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. And
Okay. So, yeah, we have a book. Let's look for an office. I know the office. I know which office is meant. Let's go there. It's the office where the which leads to this guy. I don't know his name anymore. But yeah, I know which. At least I think this is what was meant. Oh look, what's that? This is something down there. Oh, okay. How to get down there? How to get down there? Can I actually...
the dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito, bullet holes.
Okay. Are these dudes actually gone? No, they're still there. Okay. The office. The office. Let's go up. I'm in this office. There might be some... Yes, this is the radio. Perfect.
A common office radio, like any of those found in countless waiting rooms, lounges, and other semi-public spaces all over the world.
How do I get the transceiver out of this thing?
There's usually a little switch somewhere. Ah yes, it's the one that says release.
Flip the release switch.
The lock disengages with a nice click. You may now safely remove the transceiver unit.
Examine the transceiver.
There's nothing obviously remarkable about it. It's about the size of a common pasta box, with knobs of molded plastic. What else is there to say? If this transceiver were a person, it would be an accountant at a large logistics firm. Perfectly competent, but unexceptional.
Yeah, this will do.
Very good. Let's get going, then.
The transceiver appears glad to be of service.
I don't want to
With its
ask him
transceiver
anything.
gone, the radio has ceased its persistent buzzing. It is as silent as a headstone.
This is nice. So now we can we fast travel from here? No, we can't. This is actually kind of, I don't know why, but you can't fast travel when you're not on next to the hostel or hotel or whatever it is. Let me, yeah, from here I can fast travel. Okay, he's doing jumping jacks.
Yes, what is it?
I found the radio transceiver.
Ah, very good. Let's see what you have.
I found this in an office by the harbor.
Not the most advanced model, but at least everything appears to be in order. Yes,
No further comment necessary.
I believe that means we're ready to get started. I should warn you, once we begin setting up this antenna, we'll need to see the whole process through. There won't be any second chances, any do-overs. You understand?
Yes.
So if there's anything you'd like to get in order before we depart, I suggest you do it now.
What kind of stuff should I get in order?
That's up to you. At a minimum, I would make sure you are physically and mentally prepared for an intense and difficult process. Once we begin, there can be no interruptions.
Okay.
At the very least, you should make sure you're wearing a good pair of gloves.
Okay.
Radio engineers typically carry overpriced solvent sprays to clean the antenna connections. But in a pinch, some common ammonia works just fine.
Common ammonia.
Psst. It's the alcohol in the ammonia that's doing the real work. Kinda like with you.
Finally, there's the question of stimulants. Some people prefer to keep illegal amphetamines on hand to help with their work. I'm not one of them, but they do exist.
I'll try to avoid drugs. So this isn't the first time you hung around speed freaks.
It is possible that technical fields attract a certain kind of personality. I haven't given it much thought.
I need some time to prepare.
That's fine. Return to me when you're ready to go.
Let's take drugs, everything we have, and see how far we can get. Tools, speed, motorics, morale. I need this one. This one. Actually, logic would be nice. Oh, empathy. Perception. Let's do perception. Logic. Oh no, logic. This one is even better for logic. Scarf is no. Oh, shoes. Empathy. Let's do empathy and drama, logic, rhetoric, empathy, logic. Okay. Let's take drugs. Press 2. Oh, how can you use it? Okay, again, let's put it in different hand. Plus 3. There's still one, and this one. So we can physics this one too. Let's get drunk as shit. Okay.
Well, hello.
Look at the
What a
bottle.
wow. The gods are. There's a satisfying pop as the
Take a
the
sip.
golden sun melts down your throat.
Yes.
Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess.
In the bottom right corner of this.
From the void we came.
Now we take this one. How was to use the right hand? Now there's a. I have a controller. At least there was a button on controller for this. I don't have the controller right here. How to use the second hand? Character sheet, inventory journal, quick save, highlight. Okay. Map. Zoom in, zoom out. I mean, somehow I managed to how was I able to use it? Okay. Put it into my right hand. Okay.
Yes, what is it? Very good.
Back across.
If you'll please
I will
carry
just
that amplifier, officer. And if you'll take that spool of cable,
fast
we should
forward.
be able to move it all in one trip.
I will just fast forward everything, just to make sure. I can skip it. Okay. I am disappointed, and that's why I am reloading it. It's sad. I mean, I'm not sure what I was expecting from this, but at least something like
And now if we're ready to try at least. Please put on these headphones. You will need to transmit your
know.
connection request while I attempt to locate... Good. We don't have time for indecision.
Yes, Los. Come
The
on, come
lieutenant
on.
nervous.
Try again, officer.
Come
Perhaps
on. Come on. Come on.
you can't make out a word of this gibberish.
Uh.
Keep. Again.
I didn't.
And
I can assure you it's not my twin.
I can't.
Ah, yeah.
outwardly, pale.
Natürlichkeiten in die Psychologen.
Whatever.
Dubois.
The signal.
It's not. I did. We
Okay, I
must
will-
art. And I did. We must art. And we're all. You.
But
Someone has.
something about this.
Okay, let's go. I mean, this is this anomaly where I receiving his talk from the future. And this makes it all so cool. But now they just say, okay, it didn't work.
Your gloves give you a solid grip on. You don't exactly cut a lithesome figure, but after several moments of scrambling, you manage to hoist yourself atop the monument.
And it just stopped. And I don't want to accept it. It started so cool. I just want to I don't know, hear at least something.
That performance was frankly an embarrassment.
Okay.
The programmer mentioned ammonia, but anything it takes.
Is this?
Once the
Short of changing the shape of the antenna, ideally.
she's right.
Okay.
The responsibility.
Look at Philip.
You are not intentionally.
Look
This
at the
fa-
horse.
You are not in. The
Look
sky
up.
is through the script. A
Look
few
down.
of the idle lorry. She yells a single word you can't make out, and then shuts the window with
Okay.
a violent thump.
Interfacing. We have 58% now. Come on. Okay. Success. Fine.
Your grip is firm, yet controlled. The swelling in your headset guides your hands as much as your hands guide the bronze horse head. It's almost like you're hearing through the horse itself.
That's very good. Just a bit more to the left. Nein, Liebling.
The signal is clear. The storm has passed. This is another voice, a live voice on the other end of this invisible bridge you've established.
Okay.
Try it now, officer.
Lieutenant Dubois, this is Collision Warship Archer. We are acknowledging and accepting you.
Aha! Excellent! You are connected. Now be quick. I don't know how long I'll be able to preserve the signal.
Okay.
There is so much you wish you could ask. Your efforts have bought you some time, but you can't forget what you're really here for.
Why am I really here for?
Please be advised that you are speaking on a public frequency. What is your request?
Who am I speaking with?
You are currently speaking with Collision Warship Archer, flagship of Insurgent forces in Revachol.
Sure, but who are you? I need to know your name.
Our name is not important. All you need to know is that we hold the position of second signaler aboard the Archer.
Okay.
You really don't have the faintest guess what her name could be. You were never very good at this sort of thing.
Okay.
There's something in the way she refers to herself, always with the first person plural. A deliberate blurring of the boundary between herself and the institution she represents.
Why you keep referring to you with the plural?
Because it's standard practice for signalers to use the pluralis officialis during the course of our duties. It's meant to serve as a reminder that we don't speak only for ourselves. For instance, as second signaler, we represent Coalition Murciparza, which in turn represents Insurcom and the Coalition more generally, which in turn represents the Moralist International, which itself represents the interests of 1.2 billion people across the world.
That sounds like awesome responsibility.
It's an important responsibility, but we don't consider it any greater than those borne by countless people all across the world.
Okay.
Now, your request?
I need to reach... What does it look like from there?
That's difficult to say. We have a very particular view from our observation platform up here. Perhaps the best way to describe it is to say we have a very wide perspective, but not an especially detailed one.
What can you see?
Oh, it looks quite lovely from here, even with the rain. From our portal, we see rolling hillsides, a public park filled with grand oak trees, men and women going about on horses. There are children running home to get out of the rain. The homes and gardens are quite beautiful, very near like those in certain areas of Messina.
And you don't see any of that stuff?
Perhaps you are in a different part of the city? We've only recently been detailed to the Archer, so we are still learning the names of all the many districts.
Can you see the Martinez from where you are?
Martinez. That is to the west, yes?
I thought it was the south.
To the south. Let us see. No, that cannot be right. That way is only Sprawl. We were under the impression that Martinez was nearer to the bay. But now we seem to be quite turned about. We'll have to consult a map in the future. Now, was there something else?
Liebling, bitte. Ist unser einziges Kind.
Time is running short, officer. I estimate you have time for maybe 2 more questions.
Okay.
Come again? We're picking up more interference. Acknowledged. To reach the committee, all you need to do is fill out the appropriate request form and submit it to the Liaison for Public Affairs. If the liaison accepts your request, you will be invited to address the committee at their next quarterly public hearing. We believe the next hearing is scheduled for July.
I mean, I can try it, but it will fail. I can quick save here. So I will not do it again.
This isn't about you. Not really. It may have been at a certain point, but you've let go of that perspective. This is about your responsibility to all of Revachol.
Revachol.
Now, take a deep breath. Look upward. You don't have to bear the burden alone.
Listen to me. The situation in Martinez is powder keg. If the coalition doesn't advance, many people will die.
What? How do you know this?
I've uncovered things in the course of my investigation that lead me to believe we are headed to a violent confrontation between the Union and the Wild Pines.
Lieutenant Dubois, this is a very serious claim. Please describe the situation as succinctly as possible.
There's papers rustling in the background. She's clearing her desk, preparing to take notes. There, you've wedged your foot in the door. Now, if you can show the coalition how much they're needed, they'll have no choice but to intervene. You have the facts. Just lay them out beneath the cold light of reason.
One of the Wild Pines has been completely shut out of the strike negotiations.
Yes? Please continue.
I've also uncovered evidence the Union may also orchestrating a takeover of a local fishing village.
We have it. Is there anything else the committee should know?
Detective, before you answer that, I urge you to weigh your words extremely carefully.
Okay.
The lieutenant is afraid you're going to say something too outre.
Strange about the victim in my murder investigation. Oh, fuck.
We are listening. What did you learn about the victim?
He said it was communism that killed him.
Oh dear, you seem to be losing the thread. Don't listen to them. Everyone loves a good political angle.
Come again, Lieutenant Dubois. You're saying the victim was killed by communists. Was this a politically motivated homicide?
It wasn't communist, it was a communism itself that killed him. Yeah, that's my working hypothesis, yes.
Acknowledged. But there's still something we don't understand. Did you speak with the victim before his death?
Okay. You're right, we spoke before. Let's say I have my ways to acknowledge these things. Okay.
We see.
So when I do get to talk to the committee?
Lieutenant, we must be perfectly honest with you. We cannot recommend that you address the committee. Not under the present circumstances, at least.
Why not?
Because you're speaking like someone in the throes of a serious drug addiction. Your words have no connection to reality. You don't need to speak with the committee. You need to speak with your station Lazarus immediately.
Oh.
Get a load of Buzzkill FM over here. Are you really gonna give up the fun stuff just because some chick on the radio told you to?
We will pass along a summary of your report, minus any speculative or paranatural elements. What the committee does from there is beyond our control. That's correct. But we must say that it has been interesting to speak with you. If nothing else, the RCM is frequently a source of curiosity to those of us aboard the Otter. Now, the first signaler has informed us that we must update the receiving frequency. This connection will be cleared in 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the line goes quiet. The lieutenant gives a long sigh as he
I think it's best for you to climb off the statue now, Detective.
Good. Now give me a hand with these amplifiers.
What's one more trip across the waterlock?
So... I fucked up with this?
Well, this was an interesting collaboration. Perhaps you're more reliable than the writers I used to work with. Though, that is not a difficult part to clear. In any event, just leave that equipment here. I'll put it... Now you'll excuse me. I have to get back to my own work.
Weirdest shit ever. Still don't understand why and how, and might this, I don't know, works out somehow else. Huh. 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 Fuck. Okay, let's stop here for today. Was fun, I would say, and yeah, see you tomorrow.